utilizing if you ever watch Naruto or some shit, it's like utilizing the shadow clone jutsu technique, which is, you know what I'm saying, because utilizing that technique, which is the extension, you know what I'm saying, creating a further line of your thread, your lineage, creating a mini you. And it requires, I'm not no doctor or anything like that, but it requires for you to have mature liquid, that mature life force, that sacred security fluid within your sacred chambers must be purified, and it must be mature. You understand what I'm saying? If you're really trying to avoid any birth defects, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things that could be physically perfect, but it's a lot of mental things that could be going on. So the female and the male must be healthy. If you're trying to use that form of jutsu, you're trying to utilize your chi for that form, that method. You understand what I'm saying? Then you will be using, what I'm saying, extension jutsu. You be extending yourself out. And that's the only reason to activate the lower faculties, is to extend yourself. You understand what I'm saying? And when you're not utilizing the lower faculties, then all of that life force essence, that chi, that ki, that nin, that, what I'm saying, that life force essence, that vitality, that vibrancy, that vigorousness, it is utilized. You understand what I'm saying? For expansion jutsu, to make yourself larger and with other realm, and pretty much all the realms, honestly. But it's like energy goes where attention flows. Attention flows where energy goes, and you know what I'm saying. If you don't use it, you're gonna lose it. So you gotta constantly utilize these different muscles, from the quantum realm, the metaphysical, the physical, the mental, the intentional, the emotional. You understand, the spiritual. All of these different layers that make up your aura field, right? And you'll take all of those mini U's. You understand what I'm saying? Which turns into your voltage, because we're electromagnetic beings. So you gotta have that right electromagnetism. You understand what I'm saying? To even charge up and give spark to that life force. And she must be able to receive, what I'm saying, that voltage as well. So that voltage will goes ding when that oven is ready, you know what I'm saying? Let it marinate. That cake done baking, you feel me? And you could receive whichever form that you utilize your energy in, whether it's, what I'm saying, expansion or extension. Expansion, what I'm saying, you yourself, you're gonna bring more depth into your realms of reality. Extension jutsu, then you on SR, buddy. You on SR, you saving your life force essence. You with your woman, you know what I'm saying, but you're not releasing. You understand what I'm saying? And then those of us that's not indulging in the beauty of a woman, you know what I'm saying, the loyalty of a woman, then our loyalty remains within self, and our goals, our purposes, our milestones, and the creator, the source. You dig? And you reach these other realms because, hey, you gotta have strong roots if you wanna have pretty flowers. Yet if you're gonna bear any fruit, you gotta have strong roots. You understand what I'm saying? And that's this life force essence that, like I said, this give you vitality, vibrancy, vigorousness. You know what I'm saying? You want to stay viggy. You want to stay vibby. You know what I'm saying? You want to stay litty. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be out here dull and shit, sluggish. Process ain't even online. You know what I'm saying? But this life force essence is in whichever way you want to, you dare, you go be halfway empty or halfway full. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to you what you want to utilize this life force essence with. But make your conscious decision. You know what I'm saying? Me and my boy, man, back in the day, we was talking about it like, I ain't really revealed my hand, but he was like, "Yeah, bro, I can't be without a woman, bro. I gotta wake up on side a woman, bro. I love my woman, man. I love my girl, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait till we start a family and shit. That's why I'm about to get my shit together. Listening to my dog talk to me and tell me that shit, and I'm in my head like, shit. My lady talking like you know what I'm saying? But I'm on a whole nother type of time, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to get down. I'm not trying to use my go juice, you hear me, my nutrients, my miracle growth, you know what I'm saying, to grow a youngin, you know what I'm saying, to grow a child, to grow a kid, you know what I'm saying, because I know how this world is, and I know how a woman is, and I know how the system is, so I was like, I'm not, nah, I'm not about to stir that type of pot, and I know that they putting poison in that bitch, I'm good, you know, even though I know I'll probably be a good A1 motherfucker, I done been a lot of motherfuckers' daddies and shit, but they ain't come out my sack, you know what I'm saying, but, you know, so I was like, I already, you know, I raised my brothers and sisters. So I was like, I'm done raising motherfuckers, bro. They didn't got it all out me already, you know, before I even got to the, you know, I beat it to the punch already, you feel me? Fuck. So I was like, nah, man, I just want to enjoy myself and my time and be able to, you know, be healthy and shit, because this life force essence, like I said, man, this the reason why you gonna stay healthy. It's the reason why you're not gonna be breaking any bones, man. Like I said, you could either utilize this life force essence for expansion jutsu, or you could be using extension jutsu. And in areas where you lack and you saving this life force essence, you could expand yourself in those realms. You understand what I'm saying? Depending on the nature that you are nurturing. You understand what I'm saying? And you know, it's a two-way coin, man. You know, every now and then it might land on this side, but not in this lifetime. It's either you using it for extension or expansion. You could do a little bit of both, but it's like, hey, man, you need to have both feet in. You know what I'm saying? You can have one foot in, one foot out. You know, but once you didn't raise your children and stuff like that, well, you on a different type of caliber. You know what I'm saying? You didn't got them out the way. You back, you got, you know what I'm saying? I'm on the road again. You feel me? You got the passenger seat open. Everybody else got their own cars now. They rode the passenger in the back seat till they was old enough to get their own car. Until then, if you're gonna be utilizing that expansion jutsu, then those that would have been in the car with you in the back seat and the passenger physically are riding within your physical domain, within your physical body. And you understand what I'm saying? And they here to help you, to heal you, to keep your instincts A1, your ultra instincts, to charge you up. I'll be honest with you, man. You activate flow states so easily because you have the golden liquid that even activated. You know what I'm saying? It's going up the excavator. Like, it's construction work, man, and you working on yourself, or you could be building someone else up. It's what you want to do with your bricks. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, hey, there's only 500 Lego pieces in this motherfucker. We didn't Lego some of these pieces with some of these Lego beasts out there in the streets, you feel me? And you learn to cool out, son. You know what I'm saying? Life is vital, and you learn, like, hey, man, I'm not gonna be pouring life into anything that don't pour life into me. So you just sit back and you just, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you take your wins and you take your losses, but your losses was never losses. They was only lessons. Now, if you took losses, you took losses. You know what I'm saying? But hey, easy come, easy go, man. And you learn what to do with this life force essence. Like, hey, do you want to create a mini coloring book, or do you want to really splash out in your coloring book? You need this life force essence, man. Whether you getting that, they got medicine everywhere, but don't forget the true medicine is within the body. And if the body is healthy, the body is whole. You know what I'm saying? There's no problem to utilize expansion or extension jutsu. You know what I'm saying? But if you a lone wolf, then you really need that for, expansion jutsu to expand yourself, whether it's in the physical, mental, or the spiritual realm, the energetic realm, the intentional realm. You understand what I'm saying? This life force essence is like golden bricks. Which way you trying to build your destiny? Or is you walking with destiny, sleeping with destiny, or is you know what I'm saying, using your bricks to build up your destiny? You know what I'm saying? What destiny is you with, man? You know what I'm saying? So, I just wanted to chop it up with y'all, you know what I'm saying? Share a little something, something, something. talk up on the topic of about expansion, extension, Jutsu when it comes to this life force essence. At the times we in right now, you can't even afford to be spilling it on the floor. But it's better not to be pouring it in the belly of a whore, But hey, you need your juice, bro. Times is hectic, man. Having psychic battles, psychic attacks, spiritual warfare all day, every day. You gotta stay physically healthy, stay physically fit, not just for the aesthetics, you know what I'm saying, but also is to enrich your body, to show your body you love it and treat it, you know what I'm saying, and respecting your life force essence and pouring it in the right cup is the best way, you know what I'm saying. I shall sip it. You understand what I'm saying? So, that's how I see it, you know what I'm saying? To each his own, you know what I'm saying? You want to waste your juice, that's on you. But it's like, hey, bro, you pulling off spider webs and skeleton bone gristle every time you release and shit. You know what I'm saying? It ain't really worth it unless she's worth it or your goal is worth it. Nothing else is really worth it out here. There's nothing else to do. Drugs ain't worth it. Crashing out ain't worth it. Jail ain't worth it. A box ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? So, what box you gonna bubble in, what box you gonna scribble in, you know what I'm saying? Because whatever box you scribble in, you better go all the way with it. You better be the best father you can be. You know what I'm saying? You better be the best lone wolf and utilize your life force essence to change yourself for the best, which will change the world in its own energetic conversion way. I learned the hard way that, hey, you can't change nobody. I was burning myself out, crashing out and shit, trying to change people. And my uncle set me down one day and he said, you got to realize the nature of things, like the nature of a dog, the nature of a cat. It will never change. It is, and it is going to be what it is, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And if not, it's not to be. And if it's to be, it's up to me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, once you learn the nature of things, you know the path that you chose. You know what I'm saying? To each his own. I'm not saying raising a family ain't hard. You get a lot more support, shit like that, you know. But hey, we don't ask for a lighter load, we ask for a stronger back. You know what I'm saying? So when you carrying this load, it's a lot of people that want this energy, man. Whether they say it or not, they don't want you, they want what you carrying, energy. You know what I'm saying? Some people have to take energy devices and tablets and supplements to get the energy we naturally is creating. Isn't that crazy? It is crazy. The motherfuckers that's not preserving and respecting their life force essence have to take coffee, caffeine, 6 hour energy drinks. That would be turning me into a crackhead that's on crack with his head cut off as a chicken that's on crack. No, coffee, 6 hour energy drink monsters. I'm gonna probably be up for 3 fucking days, bro. 3 days. I could still be tired. I will be up for 2 to 3 days if I put that shit in my system. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta keep it pure. La pareza. You know what I'm saying? This life force essence, man, it's something dangerous, bro. Like I said, fucking people gotta take 6 hour energy drinks to get our energy. You understand what I'm saying? People had to take supplements and fucking NyQuil and Dayquil and sinus medicine and shit when our body naturally cleanse and heal itself at a different type of rate, like on some Wolverine shit. You know what I'm saying? The injuries that we may get and sustain, people got to go visit the hospital for that. Take pain pills. I speak from personal experience, bro. I be eating some shit. I do. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I gotta go get some herbs. You know what I'm saying? But I don't get no pharmaceutical shit. I don't have no one outside me patching me up, but my body patching me up from the inside out. And your energy is everything, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta decide which way you gonna go with your energy. You can't waste it no more. We can't be doing that. It's not affordable right now. Whether you feel like you got it or not, it's not affordable right now. Energy, it is locked in, and it is locked in forever. That energy is the number one fact and the most important thing. And shit like that. Nah, the number one status is energy now, and everyone knows it. But for the low vibrational people, it's attention. And inside you, you carry bazillion little baby attention balls and auras and shit. That's why some women want to swallow you up, eat you up. She trying to, you know what I'm saying? When she speak, it sound like she's Alicia Keys and shit. When she's speaking, it sound like she's singing. So you can't be, you know what I'm saying, slamming down her throat, you heard me? Just because it's some short term Mr. Temptations, you know what I'm saying? Man, cut that shit off. Take that shit off take the needle off the fucking vinyl. We ain't playing the Temptations tonight. You know what I'm saying? If anything, we gonna play the Dynamics, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna keep this shit diabolical around here. Because shit could get real diabolical when you give away your life force essence to a diabolical ass fucking force. You know what I'm saying? But when everything's not forced and everything is forged, you understand what I'm saying? Whether that's from expansion or extension, everything flows easily, man. And you gotta respect the flow of your water, of your nature. You know what I'm saying? Everybody burrow at different degrees. Everybody freeze at different degrees. You know what I'm saying? That's what part of this life force essence is about is, you know what I'm saying, mastering your elements, your fire, your water, your earth, your air, your spirit. You know what I'm saying? But don't let nobody else become the master of your life force essence. You know, this is what provides you freedom, man. Like I said, man, this money can't buy this shit, bro. Why you think? How could I put it? You know, they want you to donate sperm for money. China wants you to impregnate their woman for $75,000. It's just hectic, bro. And to be honest, the money should be more than that anyway. You know what I'm saying? But hey, you get paid. Man, get paid for doing that. Hey, that's a beautiful career. You feel me? You might get a couple pops, bro. You got that healthy seed, you know what I'm saying? You got that G.I. Joe figure, you know what I'm saying? You hear me? Yeah, bro. You out here taking care of your seed. You can have garbage ass genetics, but I'm gonna be honest, bro. I feel like I fuck what I feel like. I just noticed, bro. I just noticed, and I know you could even have garbage genetics. But I mean, if you constantly working on them garbage ass genetics, it's better than somebody that got great genetics and letting them ride. You know what I'm saying? Circulation is everything. Motion is everything. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta utilize your motion for the right reasons. You know what I'm saying? Your motives, man. But I ain't want to take too much of y'all time. You heard me? I just wanted to chop it up with y'all about this SR shit. You know what I'm saying? Making your direction in life. You know what I'm saying? Choosing. You already know what you want to do, man. You already know everything at one time. Maybe not at one time, but you know it's so much going on in time. But you already know everything, man. You was born like that. You was born a whole perfect seed. You know what I'm saying? So utilize your seed for the righteousness of your legacy. If you trying to recreate a seed and bring another legend in this motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? This your lineage, man. You know that's why you were chose to be a man because it's what you want to do with this. You know, you're the one that's making you the one that gotta put the fucking reins and guide this fucking horse, bro. You gotta do this shit. Whether you gonna be the greatest father or you gonna be the greatest in your field. You know what I'm saying? That's what this life force essence is. It's the gas for that. You could do, like I said, you could dabble in both. You know what I'm saying? But hey, pick your boat. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Hey, one day you might be fishing in Antarctica, one day you might be fishing in Florida. You know what I'm saying? Hey, like I said, it's where you want to plant your roots and where you want to be. you know, it's your life. It's your life force essence. Use it wisely. You understand what I'm saying? No matter if you got too much energy, you can't find something to do with that shit the right way, the proper way. But I ain't want to hold y'all. Just wanted to chop it up with y'all, man, about the two-way street, man. You know the coins won't land. Is a head, is a tail. You know what I'm saying? You know what tail is. You know what head you was thinking with. But if you pick heads, you know what I'm saying? That's you moving ahead. You know what I'm saying? In your lineage, in your family, becoming the greatest version of yourself and becoming one of the greatest versions of, you know, anything in your bloodline. You know what I'm saying? That's my goal. That's what I'm doing. Rather anybody give me the recognition or not. I know I'm one of the greatest in my bloodline to ever exist, bro. I know that. And the thing about it, I don't need the recognition because me at least getting one view and being able to talk to y'all is enough and said enough. You know what I'm saying? It's so much going on in the world right now. People, somebody got diarrhea right now. Somebody hungry right now. You know what I'm saying? Somebody taking a shower. But you taking the time out to come and visit me on this platform, man, that's gracious. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, you gotta utilize this life force essence because that's your go juice, bro. That's your gas. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to burn out. Get across halfway of the river and you out the ass out. You feel me? You stuck like Chuck. So and don't be out here, getting inside women and you ain't planning to be no family man and none of that shit. You don't want to be no Peter Griffin. You want to be a quagmire, okay? Make your bed, bro. You want to be a quagmire or you want to be a Peter Griffin. I mean, but a respectful quagmire. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying quagmire out there doing this thing, man. You know, Peter, he's a family guy. Seriously. I don't want to say it. I mean, you don't got too many other options, bro. You got Joe and you got Cleveland. Fuck. I mean, that's it, huh? Yeah. Fuck Joe, Cleveland, Peter. I feel like I'm missing somebody. Damn. No, I'm not missing nobody. Joe, Quagmire, and Cleveland and Peter. Yeah. I don't know. I felt like I was about to put Brian in the mix. Brian don't be outside with Hank and them. Brian be somewhere going wrong with Peggy. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? They be outside. Brian admitted he's a house dog. You know what I'm saying? So you gonna use this life force essence to be a house dog, or you gonna be out there in the field? You know what I'm saying? You know. But I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. Y'all know, like, check, comment, subscribe. I got the cash app. You want to thrash a little something? You know I like my mangoes and my key limes and shit, but I ain't want to be no chatty patty. I just want to chop it up. We'll be back here with another ep. Another little sweet little, you know what I'm saying, little jazz, you know what I'm saying, little jokes, you know what I'm saying, little, you know what I'm saying, a little quick little something, you hear me? Shoot the breeze with y'all, and I'ma holla at y'all, man.